It is time for Black women to stop internalizing racist tropes about ourselves, especially the angry Black woman one, and stand up for ourselves at work. Hey y'all, I'm Anne Marie. I'm the founder and owner of the AntiHR and HR consulting company that provides employee-focused consulting. I spent over 25 years managing and overseeing human resources, and I'm also a licensed attorney. While I don't provide legal advice, I share insights based on my deep understanding of how human resources really works. My niche is teaching employees not just how to recognize discrimination and other wrongdoing in their workplace, but how to leverage that recognition into negotiating a paid exit, severance, without having to hire an attorney or file a legal claim. Because HR is not your friend. Before we dive in, make sure you like this video, comment, but do so constructively, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you know whenever I drop another video. I cannot tell you how many times lately I've had Black women get on discovery calls with me and tell me about downright outrageous behavior from their employers. And then they say they're afraid to complain or even raise their concerns because they don't want to come across as angry or aggressive. Even in the worst situations, and I mean life-threatening situations, I've had women ask me if I thought complaining or defending themselves would make them look too aggressive. One sister recently told me her employer was literally putting her in a situation that risked her life, a health-threatening situation, and she still asked me if standing up for herself would seem too aggressive. I had another person tell me a story about how they had literally been physically assaulted on the workplace premises, but did not want to complain because they were worried that they would come across as bitter or angry, and they wanted to give the assaulter some grace. True story. And honestly, it breaks my heart every single time I hear these stories. We have got to stop protecting people more than we protect ourselves. So many of us are shrinking ourselves smaller and smaller and smaller, tolerating so much abuse that some of us may look in the mirror and not even recognize who we are anymore. For those of you in that place, I want you to evaluate whether where you are is really where you want to be, short term and long term. And I know that it's a difficult job market. That's by design. The powers that be are deliberately making it harder so that we'll accept more and more abuse in the workplace and in the larger society in general. Their goal is to have our minds right back in the condition they were just after the Civil War, when people were expected to step off the plantation and just settle for whatever they got. We cannot go back. The first thing they need is your mind. Your body comes second. This is why it is time for more of us to seriously consider entrepreneurship, side hustles, and building exit strategies from the American workplace plantation. Because that's what it is, and it's only going to become more so in the immediate future. Here's a hard truth. Of all minority communities in America, the Black dollar circulates for the shortest period of time inside of its own community before it goes out the door. Historically, during the Jim Crow era, our dollar stayed in our community longer, out of necessity. And let me be clear, the only thing worth revisiting from the Jim Crow era is that principle, the principle of keeping more of your dollars in your community. That is the part that we need to reclaim, especially now. And part of that change is us being willing to build for ourselves. That's why I'm launching my Entrepreneurship 101 webinar series this week. The first session drops on September 18 with my session called The Truth About Becoming an Entrepreneur. You definitely don't want to miss this. The session will be live, but if you can't make it, replays will be available within 48 hours to everyone who registers. Over the course of this 8-part series, I'm going to give you the real information I wish someone had given me when I decided to go into business for myself. Not once, but twice. And I'm running 2 solid 6-figure businesses at the same time right now. I'll share the missteps I made, the mistakes I learned from, the rewards I've gained, and most importantly, the freedom that has come with being a self-employed person. And I'll show you exactly how I built that freedom step by step. And here's the best part. If you're an Anti-HR community member, you get special access to this webinar series. Annual members get access to the full 8-part series included in their member benefit. Monthly members get access at 50% off the registration cost. It's only $12 a month if you join as an annual member. You can grab more information about becoming a member of the Anti-HR membership community in the description of this video or in the link to the description of this video. I want to be very clear about something. This is not me telling you to be anybody's doormat in the meantime while you bide your time or plan your exit. Document every slight, every disrespect, every double standard. Compare how you're treated to how others are treated. Write it down. Use that documentation not to excuse mistreatment, but to build leverage. And I understand that everyone can't be an entrepreneur right away. Many of us have to work full-time 9-to-5 jobs while we pursue self-employment. But that does not mean you have to allow yourself to be disrespected or mistreated without requiring accountability from your employer. You should never be afraid to do so without any concern about how they choose to see you because of it. Do not be afraid to require accountability. Do not be concerned about how they choose to see you because of it. You have a right to stand up for yourself, and that doesn't mean being aggressive or being angry. You have a right to stand up for yourself. And if they want to call that angry or aggressive, that's their red wagon, not yours. Because here's the truth. If they are refusing to allow you to have the reasonable accommodations you are entitled to under the law, if they are refusing to allow you to take FMLA or seeking to put you on performance improvement plans when you return from FMLA, if they are treating you differently because of your race, because of your gender, because of your ethnicity, because of your religion, because of your age, then they are breaking the law. Stop making excuses for these people and letting them get away with it. They need to be held accountable. If they want you gone, fine, but let them cut you a check before you leave. If they want to discriminate, fine, then they should pay for their actions. Do not just take abuse and move on. Make it cost them. And this is where having the right tools matters and is very important. The Anti-HR Roadmap to Understanding Your Workplace Rights breaks down the laws and protections that still exist for you as an employee in the United States of America. And it breaks it down in plain language. No legal jargon, just a step-by-step guide to help you know what actually is on the books, what your rights are, and how to recognize when they're being violated. The Anti-HR Documentation Journal gives you a ready-to-use framework to track incidents of discrimination, retaliation, and other mistreatment at work. It gives you a place to note dates, times, witnesses, what was said, and all the things that matter when it's time for you to hold your employer accountable. Together, these tools are about giving you power and clarity and understanding of what is happening, proving what is happening, and being ready to push back strategically when you need to. And if you're in a situation where you're not sure how to apply these tools, or you want to talk through your options, your situation with someone who understands how HR really works, you can contact me and book a discovery call right through my website. It's a 20-minute one-on-one Zoom session where we look at your situation, assess what you're dealing with, and figure out the next best step for you. So use the roadmap, use the journal, book a discovery call if you need one. Protect yourself at work and demand accountability. Because here's the truth. Fear is their weapon. When you are not afraid, that's when you reclaim your power. And even if you are afraid, I urge you to do it scared. Do it anyway, because your rights are still protected by the law as of today. They still exist as of today, and I'm happy to help you assert them. If this video was helpful, hit like and subscribe for more strategies to survive and escape toxic workplaces. And don't forget to check the links in the description of this video to grab the resources mentioned. As always, I'm Anne Marie. This is the Anti-HR. Always remember, HR is not your enemy, but they are definitely not your friend. But I am. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.